guys as well. I'm fucked. Nice. Alright, hold on. Is that the one that's really gone fucking on the LD5? Yes, he is. He's also missing all of his shots. He didn't even get the kill for that.
Sparks and that. Oh my god, there's like 6 of them. What am I gonna do? There's 6 of them.
Yeah, I know. That's like my issue for the fucking entire time so far. Just a million of them going for me.
And the I-80 turns way better than the boomerang.
Yeah, because the fucking I-80 is broken as fuck.
Why do they nerf this thing? Didn't need nerfing at all. It just needed to stay the same. The vehicle was fine as it is. You didn't need to touch it. You didn't need to fuck with it. Now you've got a useless plane that people have either paid a lot of money for that isn't exactly competitive. Now think about it this way. Boomerang was already slow. Boomerang had great armament. But it was prone to fires. Now it can't even turn particularly well because what you've done is you've reduced the flight capability of the aircraft based on the fact that now the wings and ailerons don't necessarily perform at lower speeds. The aircraft only does better at higher speeds, and that's a problem because you don't get to those higher speeds because of the engine. So it's a catch-22 there, and I'm quite fucking pissed off that they've manipulated my darling, and this is one of the reasons why I hate it so much. I've played countless matches in the Boomerang over the last couple of months, and it just is not the same aircraft. It should have stayed how it was. It was fine. I don't see why they changed it. It's like they have to change every single fucking thing, don't they? The D13 was exactly the exception here. It changed so many fucking times. If you're going to implement something, do it right, you fucks. My god, this pisses me off. Touch my baby, my darling Boomerang. She won't come back. The engine overheats and she's got full of slack. At a 0 on my 6, a lag to my front, Spitfire on my rear, and a 109 over here. I got a feeling in my bones. Boomerang is not the same.
That LE5 is damaged though. Ooh.
Mind you, I'm super rusty at playing War Thunder 2, so...
I mean...
That's my baby. You sing about in blues songs, fucking how depressed your life is and how some man walked off with your chick.
How about no?
Critical hit. Just spray him with 7s.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, see, now my pilot's damaged. Just shoot me down, anti-air. While you're at it, may as well just shoot me down. You've just nullified my combat effectiveness. Okay. Flaps combat, yeah, and look at that. Exactly. Like, the AAA just hit me twice, nullified my pilot, I can't avoid, I get one hit by an I-80S, and the thing's on fire. Now, this has always been a problem with the Boomerang, but it's never seemed to be this much of a problem. Not only have you made the engine overheat a complete load, but you've also decreased the effectiveness of the aircraft to combat aircraft that shouldn't fucking exist. I find that hilarious. Sure, the Boomerang doesn't necessarily have a great combat record, but it does, and did, serve as a close air support role. And it was an intermediate fighter that, well, even in the War Thunder's case, was actually a pretty decent buy. Gaijin, what are you trying to do? You're trying to stop people from buying premiums? Are you trying to suggest that people should just gold their way up their tech trees now to get to the top tier shit that you force upon us? Think about, you know, the implications that this has. This vehicle was pretty good, you know, prior 2 patches ago. Could do basically anything. It could absorb a bit of damage, but was always prone to catching fire. Now you get some fucking prototype thing come out of nowhere, and then one hit you with 2 bullets and set you on fire. It's not exactly the most thrilling experience for, you know, a vehicle, especially the Mark II Boomerang, which should be better than the Mark I, but in-game it means bloody nothing. I've spent the last couple of minutes trying to find information regarding what they had changed, and it was in update 1.91 when they did a modification change to the Wearaway and to the Boomerang, and I quote, this says in the patch notes, "Flight model has been fully updated. The operation of the propeller group and power plant has been corrected and improved. Wing and fin aerodynamics have been recalculated. The cooling system has been updated. Overheating is now less severe." To the counterpoint to overheating is less severe, without a doubt, that is completely false. That hasn't changed a thing. The engine overheats regardless of what you do. It is a bomber engine that has been supercharged and turbocharged and put on, like, a better fuel efficiency. It's air-cooled. It's going to overheat. But, that being said, the WEP, or Wartime Emergency Power, is kind of a bit iffy, and I don't know whether the operation of the propeller group and power plant really affects too much. I wonder what specifically they tweaked. Now, I was looking for a 1.91 data mine, and from all of the posts that the other community contributors could find, and I've asked around, the Boomerang has somewhat had its, I guess, effectiveness just sort of nerfed out of the blue. So what does the operation of the propeller group? Well, that could mean the air screw, that could mean the automatic RPM, and obviously the pitch of your propellers. That could mean the magnetos, or how the spark plugs fire in the engine to produce more performance. It's too vague, and I don't like it. But I can tell you this much. This aircraft is definitely different, and it does not fly the same as it did before. The aircraft should be extremely maneuverable, extremely capable as a fighter, and this game doesn't need the Boomerang to be 100% or 1000% accurate. This is not DCS, this is not IL-2. This is an arcade simulation, and they need to stop playing with people's time and money, because this aircraft is still good, but it's just not competitive anymore, and that is a real shame. The Mark II. What's different about the Mark II? You can't really see it here, but there is a flame-proof exhaust. It's called the Porcupine. There should be wooden, not aluminium wingtips. The reinforced structure at the rear of the spar on the horizontal stabilizer here and tail fin should be improved. The engine got new dials, and it got new cooling, it got new coolant, it got self-sealing fuel tanks. There's a bunch of other modifications they made to this thing. They reinforced the landing gear slightly. They improved. There was actually a gun cleaning kit that was provided to the crews. We could clean the cannons more effectively. There was a bunch of other minor changes, like changes to the mirror, changes to ergonomics, just to make the aircraft better. But the biggest change was the provision to hold a 250-pound bomb directly under the undercarriage as well. So that would have been interesting. Why can't the Mark II have its bomb? If you're going to nerf it into the ground, I mean, even the Mark I, I've played the Mark I a bunch, and it is the same as this particular aircraft. They've just copy-pasted. And it's kind of sad to see. But why not give it its bomb? It might be an actual decent aircraft. My name is Ash, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.